Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go. And we are in a thunderstorm here at the KSC, picking up exactly where we left off. And for those people that are new to this series, I'm calling this a hardcore series. What it is I'm playing it in hard mode. So that means, amongst other things, no reverts, no quick saves, no nothing like that. So I can't even test vessels. They just simply are going to be what they are when I fly them. And further to that, I also reduce the science from the normal 60% of returns that you get on hard mode down to 30%. So we're here, and at the end of the last episode, I had just successfully completed my first moon landing, and that netted me a fair amount of science, so I'll be able to unlock a couple of new nodes. But I honestly don't even know what I'm going to be doing today, because I've not even looked. I think I cleared off all of my contracts. I don't think I have any active contracts. I do not. So I got to go in there and see what contracts are available. I would like to collect more science. An obvious choice for that would be Minmus, but I kind of would like to see contracts there so I get paid for them as well, because I kind of still want to be making that income. Actually, doing pretty good. But anyway, and we'll go take a look at that in just a little bit. But what I also like to do in these series is make sure that I always thank my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who do support this channel. And in particular, I always like to welcome aboard any more recent members that have just joined in the last week or two. And so I would like to welcome aboard Oran O'Rourke. Thank you very much, Oran, for supporting this channel directly. And of course, special thanks to everybody who does the same, even when it is just the likes and subscribes and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get ourselves into mission control and see what we got. So I can see a few of these a lot of rescue contracts. Now, I've been doing a lot of these, and that's what the game does, is the more you do of a particular type of contract, the more it tends to nominate more of those kind of contracts for you. But I'm doing pretty good. I got a couple of pilots, I got a couple of scientists, I think I have 3 engineers. So I'm kind of gonna leave these for now, but I do see down here at the bottom and explore Minmus. That's the kind of thing I want to see. Flyby Minmus, gather scientific data from Minmus, and then return to Kerbal after a flyby of Minmus. I think that to me seems like a very, very common one to do. A lot of people get really tied up when it comes to collecting science to really try and collect all the science in and around Kerbal and stuff. I'm not going to do you're better off just like, no, let's go to the next frontier. Let's go to the next place where the science is going to be fresh for me. Let's see what else we got here. I do have some more of these satellite doing tourists. I don't want to stay away from the part cost testing contracts. We got a haul. Another hauling attempt, and then 2 no, I don't think I want to do any of these. I am going to take a quick look at some of these, because if I can pick up a Kerbal along the way, why not, right? I might do that. So we have here Clowl. I'm going to give that low orbit of Kerbal, so that would be an easy one to get. Another low orbit of Kerbal, another low orbit of Kerbal, and, well, another low orbit of Kerbal. So why don't we just grab one of these? I am assuming they're all pretty much the same. I mean, free Kerbals, I'm always up for free Kerbals. In fact, they even pay you to do this, and we're going to need to go into low orbit, so why not do that? So let's grab, again, always make sure it's low. If it doesn't say low, the orbits can be pretty wild, but we're going to, this one says low, it should be pretty good. And we'll go into the tracking station just to make sure. There is, right there. That's nice and easy. William Scrap, I'm pretty sure, is the one that I rescued from orbit of the moon some time ago, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, let's get the show on the road. So I think what I'll do is I'll time warp to daylight, probably, hopefully lose this thunderstorm we have happening too, because I don't like launching at night. Still time warping. There we go. Sun's come up. All right, let's get into here. Now I think I have a vessel that's all set and ready to go with this. So, let's see. No, I'm being suggested. How about using Crash? I'm not 100%. I bet you Crash would work. That's a flight simulator mod, but I'm kind of enjoying this whole just launch and go thing. Sort of seeing how it goes. It might not be the brightest way to do it, but I am kind of enjoying it. So let's see. I do have. Let me get the right thing here. I do have. I think it's a Kerbal 4 crude orbiter. This guy right here. This guy. That's it. This one, which I believe I have named now. Should actually put the name beside it. The Artemis III. So this one's going to be the Artemis IV. So we're going to let's change that text to that right now. The Artemis IV here. Close that. Make sure that's what it says. It'll say that on the other side too. And in fact, why don't I put that in brackets after this so I can keep in mind the Artemis. So this is a craft that I built some time ago. But the orbiter actually has quite a lot of DV in it. It's capable of getting orbits of the moon, so it's capable of getting orbits of Minmus and then return back. And I'm thinking it can hold up to 4 kerbals. So I'm thinking this might just do the trick for me right here. Whoops. Go away. There we go. So I'm going to save this. Now, have I lit this up at all? Because no, that's right. Okay, we can improve. Oh, no. Wait, what am I thinking about? Let's, I got science I can still unlock. Because I'd like to start adding on things like solar panels and stuff like that. That's one of the things I've been doing. I haven't unlocked solar panels yet. So why not go into here? Where's solar panels? Goodness sakes. Okay, so for instance, I have the EVA experiments kit. That's more science that I can collect if I bring a scientist along. That would certainly be worthwhile. There is my Oxstat solar panel, so I think that would definitely be, as well as a better probe body. And some nice dome lights and things like that. Some better batteries. Thermal control for some reason. I don't know why that's there. So these two nodes are screaming out to me right now. And I think at 90 apiece, yeah, I can't get 2 of them. Or I can't get 3 of them. I can only get 2 of them. Let's go through the rest of these, though. We got some storage stuff. We have a hitchhiker can. I'd like to get into using some of this breaking ground on the surface equipment, but that's going to have to wait. We got rover wheels. That would be good, but I don't think as good as the ones down there. Bigger reaction wheels and RCS thruster blocks. Mark II command pod is a great pod, and then the 3-person roundy one, the pomegranate. Again, still looking at those bottom ones. A launch escape system I like. And bigger heat shields. This is for better planes, but I think that's moving in the wrong direction. Up here at the top, we've got fuel lines. Can't complain about that. Bigger fuel tanks. Definitely probably should be thinking up there in the near future, but maybe soon. Small, tiny engines. Excellent. Oscar B fuel tank. Gotta like that stuff, but again, I think I know where my priorities are. And then bigger engines, including the wonderful Poodle engine, the Skipper engine. Yeah, big SRBs. Well, I'm glad you could make it there, Cabot, and welcome Rob and Steven and and I know I'm missing other people as I go through chat, but I think I'm best off with these two down here at the bottom. The science experiment kit. It also has the flat adapter. Yeah. Oh, and a docking port. Okay. Yep. I'm going to get that one, and I'm going to get this one solely for the solar panels. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Boy, I almost forgot to do that. No, I know. I'm going to get a ton of science from Minmus. I have yet to be at Minmus. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So, it has a lot of batteries on it, which aren't necessary. I'm just thinking, let's take the batteries out for now. I'll stick them here so I don't forget to put them back on somewhere. But I'm thinking of where to hide these solar panels. I mean, I could do the really maybe, sometimes the obvious thing is the right thing to do, isn't it? Just put them around there. I'm also thinking I could also... Sorry, I got to get this fairing out of the way. I'll rebuild it. work kind of in here. There's a lot of reaction wheels. I might do something about that too. I don't think that's really terrible. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's take this out, take this out, take this out. I have 2 sets of reaction wheels here. I also have another set. Oh wait, this one on the top was for a repair mission. I don't need that. I have another set, I'm pretty sure tucked in here somewhere. I think I see them. It's always hard to get the... Come on. There. Yeah, I have a small set in the middle of all of these to give me attitude. So I don't need all of these reaction wheels. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to take off this. We're going to take this off, throw it away. We're going to replace this with the now Z200. Put that in there, which takes up, I think, pretty much the exact same amount of space. We're going to go with 4 of these. He says with trepidation. I think that'll work. And then we'll stick the Communitron over here off to the side. Just a single one will do. And then, so that's 200 units of electric charge, 400 units altogether if I include the stuff in the pods. I think that'll be good. I don't think I need more than that. Do I have a better... Looking for decouplers. I don't like this big decoupler. Do I have the small... I do not, do I? TD-06 stack separator. Oh... I might be doing some replacement there. That's a yeah, I think I'm going to unlock this guy. I just don't like this big separator there. It bugs me. So what I'm going to do is replace it with the 0.625 meter stack separator like that. I think that automatically looks better. We'll appearance and into Bob Ross mode. Open that coloring GUI coming from the Turd mod. And I think I'm using olive paint down here. Is that right? That looks right. I'll make the blue olive and make the little triangles there like red. That looks good. Okay. So what do you think? I think that's looking better. You know what I might do? Although I think structurally, I think this is absolutely fine. To me, it just looks kind of... I just want to try and improve what this looks like. It's really what this is. So, although it doesn't need these struts, I'm thinking I might use them anyway. Like go 4-way symmetry. Put some struts in here like this. I might move... Oh yeah, I got to move the Communitron. Let's try that again. And we can change the appearance. Isn't there... Oh, no, I'm thinking a restock. You actually have littler... Okay, we'll work with this. So, again, we'll open up this color GUI. We're going to make the red... No, let's make the green that olive color again. So they blend right in. And then we'll make where the blue is... kind of a darker stock dark. Oh, that looks almost the same. Okay, and then the red will make it more of a metallic, kind of a going for like a metallic, kind of a steely kind of color. I like. Now I got to stick this Communitron back on somewhere. I don't think that was necessary, but I do think it looks a little better. If I just sneak it just so it peaks just above there. I think that's good. Okay. You think you're blocking the door? Might be, but we'll exit and we'll use this one as our main hatch. You're right. I might be blocking this hatch on this. Oh, but then what I... Okay. We can fix that. We can fix that. I was mentioning that I'm thinking blocking the door here. You're right. Why block an unnecessary hatch, even though we have another one? Well, that's an easy fix. We'll go to here. Four-way symmetry. Why is it... There we go. There, that's better. That's better right there. And then we'll go back again with the 4 solar panels. Like so. And again, we'll tuck in this guy somewhere. Oops. As long as it kind of slipped through the crack there. There. How's that? That is the... I'm being asked what mod is it to change the colors. That is the Turd mod. It does actually stand for something, but it's T-U-R-D. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. It can turn into a lot of work though, so sometimes I just get a little lazy. But I think I'm good. I think I'm good with this. So build the... I should check my staging, make sure that's sensible. So we have our SRBs at the bottom, then releasing those, going onto those. Then we're releasing that, and then this is in the wrong spot, which is not surprising. Okay. Yep. All right. So build the fairing again. Beautiful, and I think that should all be pretty much the same. And where is the fairing in the staging diagram? It's up there. It should be... No, actually, I think that's good. I think the fairing is staged by hitting gear or something, right? Yes, okay. So I'll have to remember that. All right, I think this is our new Artemis. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna do a flyby of Minmus. That's going to be the goal. I think, honestly, it should be ready to go. The changes I made were pretty minor. So as far as crew goes, we're gonna need a scientist. I think Bob landed on the moon. We can tell by where their experience bars are. So what's our other scientist? We have Limit? I think so. That's our only other scientist beside Bob. And our pilot, yes, I'm going with the least. So Valentina needs to go to Minmus. So again, flyby, and we're gonna pick up somebody along the way. All right. So that's good. Okay, doom, and go and launch. Let's go. Yeah, Turd is it's textures, unlimited, something for Turd. I can't remember exactly. But of course, Turd's what sticks in your head, isn't it, when you think about it? Okay, so there we go. We got the Artemis IV. We're going to need to select Clowl, I guess, Clowl. I'll be changing Clowl's name for next stream because I always like to name these folks after my patrons or YouTube members, but unfortunately, I didn't look at the contract ahead of time. So he is in, or she, I don't know, 77, so pretty low orbit. So we're going to go, I'll go into a 100-kilometer orbit, get ahead of them, and then allow it to catch up to me. So we're going to time warp this around. And normally when I go to Minmus, I like to actually launch into an inclined orbit that will match Minmus's inclination, but I'm going to have to forego that because I got to pick up this fella who's in a equatorial orbit. I think that's good. Okay, so SAS on, do that. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. Let's hopefully everything will go okay. And launch. We're off. Alright, so like I said, this is the Artemis IV. You've seen this in previous streams 3 other times. I do like building sort of tried and tested grass. Oh wait, I should pitch over, shouldn't I? Oh my gosh. Here's a thought. Get over there. I was admiring my ship and not really watching. Lock out on the prograde, see what we got. Alright, on to the mighty swivel engines. Coming up through the clouds. Always get asked about the clouds. The clouds is it back rack or black rack? I think it's back rack. Ooh, it's a little, a little wobbly. Just trying to get more onto the 90 here. But he's got a volumetric clouds mod. That at this point of the game, you do have to be a patron of his in order to have access to. That I certainly found it worth it. Oh, science! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, what a dim bulb. I didn't even put... Okay. Oh my gosh, no science. Wow. Well, I might as well, like I said, I can't revert. So what I think I will do... Wow. That was a blatant oversight, wasn't it? What I think I shall do is complete the rescue. But then I think we'll just come back down, pick up the science, and launch an Artemis IV. I can't believe that. No science. I'm sure that was going on in the chat, and I was just oblivious to it. I do find paying attention to the chat and doing... I'm worse when I'm in the VAB. I don't know why it is when it comes to the chat. I so have it in my head of being in the VAB or being in the spaceplane hangar as being boring that I'm just paranoid about moving the stream along and just being too quick and not looking at the chat enough. So my mistake. No. We're not going to go to Minmus minus all of the science that I could have aboard this thing. I mean, I could have, obviously, thermometer, barometer. I could have the materials bay. But I also could have the science experiment kit for Lemmet here. That's amazing. That's another pile of science. So, I don't know. Maybe we should just go for it. You know what? Let's just go for it. Let's go to Minmus. We'll do the flyby. Next time, we'll do something like get in orbit or something like... We'll be back to Minmus. We'll be back. Let's just... I don't want to throw the whole vessel away. No, we're going to go to Minmus, just minus everything. That was dumb. Alright, like I said, I'm going for a 100-kilometer orbit here. So just reducing throttle here a little bit. No. We'll pick up our Kerbal, go to Minmus, collect the science that we can. Yeah, I could. Yep, here. Just watching. I'm seeing pick up another rescue contract. I could have done a double rescue. I have another room, more room here, but I didn't want to get into all that. Oh. Stage. I didn't want to get into the double rescue stuff. Just want to move it along. That's true. I'm being told, too, this is a good test for the rocket to see if I have the Delta V for the plane change. So, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Like I said, we'll be back. Now, of course, once I put on a material study on this and stuff, there'll be less room. Less DV, too. Okay, and cut. Alright, we're still about 5 minutes away from Apoapsis. Yeah, Nathan's talking about getting into sort of generic lifters and all that kind of stuff, which I do like to get into, but I like to wait until I've unlocked some better fuel tanks, because a lot of my lifters are still like built out of really small fuel tanks, and that gets on my nerves. But I could do that. That speeds things up a little bit. Alright, we'll get ourselves in orbit here. I think it's a bad looking vehicle. Spin the antenna. For no reason. Almost in orbit. Our periapsis is 32 kilometers. Oh, just getting too finicky. There we go. That's 100 by 100. Okay, so there's our target behind us there. I think we're a little bit too far ahead, to be honest, but better that than the other way around. Yeah. Let's go to here, pop ahead in orbit. That's pretty close. Whoa, there's 100-meter separation right there. That came up pretty quickly. Okay, but we do have to do one more orbit and then catch it over here. Still got 18. I think I'm going to go to Minmus. I think so. What are my thoughts on the tragedy of KSP2? I'm someone who kind of avoids hype, mostly because I've been down that road way too many times before. There were definitely warning signs about KSP2 that I was trying to be optimistic and not talk about them, because I don't think being a pessimist is useful for anything anyway. But no, the writing for KSP2, unfortunately, as soon as they started announcing we're going to go into early release, and then the state that it was in upon early release, a lot of bad signs. What really bugs me about KSP2 right now is how it's still sitting there on Steam at full price. That is really criminal. That's terrible. Like, I never blame the devs on this stuff. I think devs do the job that they can. I think it's sometimes a thankless job to be a dev. People expect miracles and they're given limited resources to do it. But I do definitely blame the publishers. All right. So I didn't have quite the rage, I guess, with KSP2 that some people had, because I was taking it by ear as it was. Definitely, if I was not streaming and making videos, I never would have bought KSP2 until it was in a much, much, much better state. Okay, here we go. However, something I'm even a little more excited about, though again, you never know, early days and all that stuff, but look up, if you haven't already done so, Kitten Space Agency. That looks like it could potentially be a true successor to KSP. But it will be a while away. Okay, so what do we got here? We're about 14 minutes away, so let's get over there. Everything is good with me, Hassan, but thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Okay, about 10 minutes away. Fortunately, the numbers are changing when I time warp, which is always a little bit annoying, but it's what it is. Okay, yeah, minute. Target mode. Let's flip this onto retrograde. Back here somewhere. Oh, no. I lied. Oh. F4. There it is down there. Trying to close that distance down, and no matter what I... Oh, there it is. Now it's getting better. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We're coming up on it pretty quick. I'm going to have to start slowing down here. 30 seconds away. Start slowing down a little bit. There, it's now holding nicely at about 26 seconds away. So I'm just going to deliberately kind of push a bit to the side. The retrograde icon. So we'll end up going... I guess what I did, I will end up going below it. The mission here is to pick up a Kerbal. And I think I am going to go to Minmus. The original plan was to go to Minmus, and then I was reminded after launch that I put absolutely no science on this. But I think we're going to go and do a flyby at Minmus anyway, and then we'll go back to Minmus. Why not? Because the contract is only to do a flyby. Whether I might just get in orbit anyway. But... Okay, here we go. We'll get to meet our newest Kerbal. But right now we're picking up a Kerbal along the way. I don't know where these two are. If they're at the front or the back. Put on the brakes here. Okay. Let's go meet our Kerbal here. So we got Clowy. I guess that's what it is. Another engineer. I am super overloaded with engineers. I think this is my 4th engineer, which is really quite annoying. I think I have to stick her in here. I got it right. And board. Yep. Okay. So let's see. Should we go to Minmus? Let's go to Minmus. I think we should go to Minmus. Get rid of that. Engineer is now giving me the Kerbal engineer stuff. That's nice. So yeah, let's head to Minmus. Minmus. Here we go. So we'll set Minmus as a target. Now I'm not matching Minmus's inclination. Oh, this might actually not be too bad because I'm noticing the descending node is a little bit ahead. I might not have to make too much of a plane change is what I'm saying. Because I'm pretty close to where the ascending node is. So that's good. I have to make a little bit of one there. I'm already... That's a little too much, clearly. Bring that down. Just the timing. We'll go with that, and we'll just do the correction. Should be good. Maybe just bring her down a little bit. I don't need to burn as much as this. Now adjust the timing. This way. Well, that's making it worse. Okay, I'm ignoring those markers. I'm going to guess with about there. Let's do it. Let's do it. So this burn's coming up in 8 minutes. And it looks like I'm pointing away from our craft, which is nice. I might just give myself just a little bit of a nudge here. Just to move away from that guy so I don't have to worry about running into it. And we got ourselves a 1 minute and 42 second burn. Okay. I was about to hit quick save, but there's no quick saving. What I should do is put a couple of lights on here to light the name up. See if I can get that to look nice. Well, at least now I have the pilot, the scientist, and the engineer aboard. Chloe, is it? Yeah, I guess that is what it is. She's like, wait a minute, I was just looking for a rescue. You're going the wrong direction. I just want to go home. Oh, no. You're in for the ride now. And 3, and 2, and 1, and go. Little bit of the physics warping here, kind of speed this along. I'm really hoping this craft will be pretty versatile for me, that you'll be seeing many more Artemis, Artemi. Would that be the plural of Artemis? Artemis. Artemises. Okay, let's finish off the burn here. There we go. Okay. Maybe a little more, actually, now that I'm looking at it. There. And we just need a little bit of a correction. Shouldn't be much. Now, yeah, let's make this an actual flyby. Let's see if we can actually see if we can... I've never done this with Minmus before, but let's see if I can actually do a free return flyby with Minmus. I have absolutely no idea whether I can or not. I gotta go... Yeah, I'm gonna have to give a lot more burn here. There we go. So we're gonna come around the retrograde side. A little bit more normal. We're changing this into a little bit of an exercise to see if I can. Now, what does that do for our resulting periapsis right here? So I'm going to highlight that. I would like to bring that down into Kerbal's atmosphere. Now, one thing to do that with is you give yourself prograde. Whoop. Oh, I just hit Minmus. Didn't I? Why is this always... Oh. Oh, I'm hitting the moon. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I don't want to see that. Let's give a little bit more. There we go. Moon 0 to... Oh, retrograde then, I guess? No. I think I know what I'm doing. Give it more prograde. And then if I bring it in towards... Will that... This way. This might... Now, I've never tried this before. This might not be something that's... Yeah, I've definitely brought that periapsis down. I want to look at this periapsis too. So I just gave it prograde. Now I'm going radially to bring it back towards Minmus. But you can see now how by giving myself more speed as I came around Minmus, I am getting the odd moon encounter, which is really might end up frustrating this whole thing. I definitely have to come more normally this way. And I don't need to do this. In fact, I have enough fuel to get an orbit of Minmus easy. There we go. You can see our periapsis here is 40 kilometers with Kerbal, so this will work. But I'd like to get this closer to Minmus. That's my goal. So I'm going to turn the slider. This is just for funsies we're doing this. So again, to bring the periapsis down, you give yourself a little bit of prograde. That'll get you going around Minmus faster. And then use the radial to bring that back in because I want to be close to Minmus. And a little more prograde. And a little bit more radial. And so I'm just sort of tweaking this little encounter here. Oh, actually, I think I might have gone a little too far with it. Well, that's a little hot for Kerbal, I think. I'd like this to be a little bit higher, so now it's going to be a little retrograde. And then again, tweak the normal so that I get some near space science. And, oh, I like that. I like this. So I'm coming in here at about a 15 kilometer altitude, and then we're going to be getting and going by Kerbal at, I think I saw 34 kilometers. And we can tweak it a little bit if we start to feel that that gets a little hot. But there we go. Free return, sort of, yeah. Do an out-of-system flyby with Kerbal Orbit XP makes it possible to reach 3 stars. Oh, I see. For leveling up the Kerbals. Yes, that is true. But, like, if I pop my nose out of... Sorry, I'll explain what I'm thinking in just a little bit while I twiddle around with this. Let's put this back into orbit mode. Yeah, if I stick my nose out into the sun's SOI, which I'll do at some point, that will allow me to level these guys up even further. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we'll keep this relatively simple. I want to try and get back to Minmus still today. I don't know if that's going to happen. But we're doing this free return trajectory around Minmus, which is honestly something I have never done before. So that's kind of fun. Okay. So now we're getting ready to do this burn. And I don't have to wait for this countdown timer to get down to 0. Because this is not a time-sensitive burn, because we are out in the middle of nowhere here. But what we'll do... Just look at this. Okay, and we'll give it a little bit of thrust. Take our time. Back on the maneuver node. I think I need to turn this thrust limiter down. This is going to get really finicky. Is it going to come back out of the body? That would be nice. I think it is. Okay, what's that look like? So that's 14 kilometers on my Minmus approach. And then when I come around to Kerbin's side here, it's at 59. I'm not going to live with that. We'll do another further tweak once we've passed Minmus. I think that worked pretty well. I like it. I like it. Let's just get this oriented. The solar panels are unfortunately kind of hidden in here, so I do have to kind of think about that. Make sure the solar panels still stay exposed. All right, and let's get to Minmus. So we're going to just time warp right to here. Where are you, Minmus? Should be coming from... Oh, whoa, oh, I guess that is... I thought that was the moon heading at me, but I guess that is Minmus. Okay. We are in Minmus's SOI, I do believe. So that means we can do ourselves a crew report. Fortunately, we're kind of limited what we can do. 3.8 science there. We can do an EVA report. Let's get Lemmet out and do that. And that's it. Crew reports and EVA reports. Let's take that data, store it down. Oh, I guess I could have just boarded. Okay. So my periapsis with Minmus is about 14 kilometers. I'm going to like that. We're going to have some time in Minmus's near space. So what we're going to do... How are our contracts doing? We started the flyby. We just got to get ourselves back home. We also just got to get Claude back. Or Claudia. I got to really change that name. What else? What else? What else? What else? I want to open up X Science. Not that one. This one, I think. X Science will let me know as I go into new biomes. So I'm going to time warp until we're a little closer to Minmus, and then I'm going to turn this on. And it'll warn me, because once we get into near space, the EVA reports become biome specific. And I don't know where near space is for Minmus. I think it's 30 something? That's in my head. But what I can do is I can turn it on so that the time warping will stop when I get to near space. And then I'm going to right away do an EVA report. I'm going to put this on free as we come around the planet. I like that. Just like that. There we go. Alright, I'm not crashing into Minmus. I am not. Okay, where is near space? Where is near space? Okay, there we go. So we'll do an EVA report right away. So that's 9.6 science. We'll board, and we can also do a crew report. I can do it from here. That's 6 science. So I believe we got it over the Midlands. So now I should time warp in with the next... Oh, now we're over slopes. So again, EVA report. Oh, I think I lost it already. Ah, there were slopes there temporarily. There it is again. No lowlands that time. I missed the slopes. I wasn't fast enough. We will get some more slopes in a moment. Lemmet's just taking in the view as we come around. Actually, I can't time warp, but I'm thinking I'm going to get some more slopes here. I just missed some slopes. I want to get some slopes. You like my peanut capsule? I like my peanut capsule. It got a little warm coming back from the moon, so I'm hoping that's going to be okay with this. I'm like 20% worried about re-entry. That's my official level of worry about re-entry. Maybe 25% of what this is going to be like. Okay, I'm really waiting for those slopes. That would be just super de-duper, but I don't know if I'm going to get them. Doesn't that look slopey down there? I think it looks slopey down there. Give me some slopes. I could. Oh, no, I can't split. Sorry, I've been told I could split the peanut, but there's no parachutes on this half of the peanut. I think I'm going to... Well... Oh. Slopes. There we go. There's the slopes. Okay, now I feel better. So I got midlands, lowlands, slopes. Here, I can actually keep track of all this here. If I just... I think I need to minmus. No? Oh, okay, that doesn't work. Oh. Yeah, you know what? This is too much. I was hoping to get an idea of what ones. I think I got midlands, lowlands, and slopes. We'll try and see what else. We're just on a free trajectory right now, so... Yeah, midlands, lowlands, slopes. Not going to get anything else? Oh, I don't think I'm going to get anything else. Oh, got highlands. Highlands. All right, board again. But I think that's going to be it. We didn't cross any of those flats. That's what you get with a flyby. Oh, I typed minus instead of minmus, did I? That's okay. I think we're done anyway. I think we're done. Yeah, now we're high over. So, okay, that's it for the science. Not a whole hecko lot. So now what we're going to do... Let's time warp until we're out of Minmus's SOI. And then we'll maybe tweak... You can always see that nav ball change. Up there, and the time warp change too, when you cross. Okay. So right now my periapsis is 60 kilometers. I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried. So what I think I'm gonna do, normally when I'm coming back from Minmus with the regular capsules, I would set the periapsis at about 35 kilometers. I think I'm going to leave it a little high. So I'm going to go for 45 kilometers. And that'll likely mean we'll be going through. And this might not be necessary. We'll be going through the atmosphere and probably going around twice. But I'm feeling just a little bit nervous about this. Just a little bit. Because when I came back from the moon, this capsule down at the bottom here got pretty hot. So I think I'm gonna... I mean, I still got lots of DV left. What I might do is keep everything together. Sorry, just trying to get the... There. Oh, that's terrible. This way. Good exposure on those solar panels. Okay. Let's get down there. So, here we come. We must... There were moon encounters going in and out, so we must come pretty close to the moon here. Like, as the moon comes around, we must be coming pretty close. Oh, it doesn't look like it. So why were I getting those? Oh, maybe the moon encounters, or I don't know. That's weird. Okay. That's all good. I don't care. I might use my engines to brake a little bit here. I got 763 meters per second left as we go through the upper atmosphere. I might just keep this on and just burn retrograde. Yeah, for a retro burn when I'm entering the atmosphere. This is just being said by Adam in the chat. The exact same thing. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna stick this on retrograde. Probably retract this antenna would be a good idea. Okay, we have now entered the atmosphere. We're about a minute from periapsis. This probably doesn't have that much. Oh, there's a lot of burn time left in it. How can there be really 1,305 seconds of burn time? Oh, because I have the throttle so low. That makes more sense. 65 seconds of burn time. Okay, let's burn it. Let's do this. We're going to do a little bit of a burn here. I'm not sure what really this is accomplishing. No, it's accomplishing something. Maybe we'll even come down. Maybe I'll be able to knock off enough speed that I won't come back out the other side of the atmosphere. Actually, I think I might. So I'm noticing my time to periapsis is now actually increasing. I'm pushing my periapsis away from me. So in my head, yeah, we're going to come down. We're coming down. Yep. No going through the atmosphere for us. The only thing I don't like... Okay, cut that and stage. I'm a little worried about that booster that it comes back and hits us. I don't like staging it in front of me. But hopefully we're okay. Yeah, I didn't transmit any of the science. I hear that being talked about. I don't know. I never think about transmitting. I wasn't up until now because I never had solar panels, so I was always starved for electricity. But that time I could have transmitted that stuff home for sure. I just didn't. But that's okay. We're optimistic we're going to get all the science home anyway. Weather retrieval, asking whether retrieval is better than transmission. It depends on the science. For things like temperature scans, and I'm pretty sure temperature scans, I think the barometer, most certainly the material study and the mystery goo, you're better off bringing it back. For crew reports and EVA reports, I'm pretty sure transmitting, well, I can look. We can check it out. Here, review stored data. See, the recovery amount and the transmit amount is exactly the same. So if I transmitted this stuff, it would have been fine. All of it would have been fine. But not all science is like that. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know where we are, though. Where are we? That doesn't help. I think we're really close to a shoreline here. I love the way the sun plays off of this cloud mod. Like that, see how you get that red glow on the sides of the clouds? Like that just looks great. And that there are different layers of clouds. So we just had some stratus clouds and a little cumulus coming through here. And now we'll be able to see... Oh, we are in the water. Good. This thing's much better in the water. Oh, there's... looks like our booster going down. I think our booster just soft landed. Or at least some of it's still there. I think it's just floating in the water there. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I gotta check that out. Somehow our booster just soft landed over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna see. I think it's close enough that I can just hop to it. Nope, I can't. Oh, because it's not controllable. Okay. I think there's a booster there to get back. Yeah, no, I tried the square brackets there. That's exactly what I just tried, and it said that it's not controllable. There's no probe body on it, so I couldn't switch to it. Yeah, I know. We soft landed our booster. Eat that, SpaceX. We did it by accident. All right, so there we go. 58.7 science. That's okay. Considering we didn't put any science equipment on there. Okay, let's recover. Actually, I think what I also will do, let's just wait. First of all, there is some debris around here somewhere. There, over here. Where is it? There. Can I fly it? Yeah, I can. Let's fly it. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what's there. Of course, it's not really the booster, is it? It's really the service module that came down soft. Oh, it's... well, okay. A decoupler survived. That's it. I was getting all excited. Just one piece survived. For some reason, is floating there. Okay. Okay. So, we got a little premature with our... comparing ourselves to SpaceX, I suppose. Alright, and what I also want to do, and I know some people don't like this, but like things like this, you know, the capsule that, oh, it isn't deny, it's cloud. Cloud is, we're just going to terminate that. Just going to delete that. Same with, there is one, I think, right here. We're going to terminate that one. That was last week. We did that. Okay. Now let's get back to here. Okay, let's see what contracts we got. I'm assuming that I completed those 2 contracts, right? We rescued, and yeah, and there's our Explore Minmus contracts, a pile of milestones for going into Minmus's SOI. Return trip to Minmus. Yep. Contracts are all complete. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, back to here. We need a new, because we have no active contracts again, so let's see what we got. Bring a greenstone back with you. Ooh, that's from Minmus's surface. You need to get a Kerbal to collect that, but honestly, even if I don't do that today, I think it's a good thing to kind of keep on the side there for now. This is the stuff I love. Build a new orbital station around Kerbal. So build a new orbital station, has to have antenna, docking port, and can generate power. Station must be fully assembled at launch. That's a little bit of a lie, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Have the facility be able to support 5 Kerbals, maintain stability for 10 seconds, and put your station in orbit of Kerbal. Wow. And then we have a moon base one with 200 units of liquid fuel, or 2,000 units of liquid fuel. This is the thing that bugs me. If anything, okay, people that are making KSA, Kerbal Kitten Space Agency, if that game comes out, can you please do something about the difficulty spikes with these contracts? That you have one here, put a station in orbit around Kerbal. Sure, fine, appropriate, nice. Here, Build an outpost with 2,000 units of liquid fuel. Like, the difference in difficulty between these two is stupid. I don't understand that. Why they do that. Okay, we got more rescues. Science data from the surface of the moon. We'll go back to the moon some point. Explore Minmus. This is get an orbit of Minmus. That's the next logical one to do. Rescue, rescue, rescue. You know what? What I think I shall do. I think I'll do the Explore Minmus and get the Orbit of Minmus one. I'm looking at the time of the stream. I don't need to build a capsule. But then I'm looking for next week. I want to start... Oh, wait. Where's my... I want to start with the new... Getting an Orbit of Kerbal. Or getting an Orbit of Kerbal. Building Orbit... I love Space Station. I'm a big fan. But that's next week. That's what I think I shall do. So let's get the Orbit of Kerbal... Or Minmus... I can get this out. Oh, I can get another science node. Another science node. And what I think I shall do, I'm thinking of next week, the hitchhiker. Get that hitchhiker can for building me a space station. Yep. So, grab that, and we're going to make ourselves an Artemis V, and we're going to do an Orbit of Minmus, and this time we're going to crew this thing up. So this one can be deleted. Yeah. That one. Load. Okay, so this is going to be the Artemis V, and it's not going to be too different from what you've already seen. We're just going to science this up. So we're going to fix the text. So this is now Artemis V. Oh, not that kind of 5. That 5, that's it. Yep. Okay, and science. So, science, we got to put on. Now, I do want to pay some attention to my DV, but I'm hoping this won't hit it too much. So, right now, the orbiter is 2,053 meters per second. Adding this on, which is going to be the biggest science part. It's less than 100 came off. We should be fine. I don't like the way the color came out, but we'll work on the color in just a little bit. I gotta think about a thermometer. I'm thinking of hiding it just in here somewhere. Actually, put it on... No, here we go. You can hide it in the spaces. There. We gotta get a barometer. There, and we need the good old mystery goo. Well, that fairing is annoyingly in the way. Is that gonna work for me? I think I might bring it. I'm not a huge fan, but now I'm thinking a mass. If I move this up, actually maybe turn it sideways too. The mystery goo is exactly 3 times the mass of the smaller science equipment. So this is why I'm thinking of just stacking these on the other side and just kind of balancing that mass off a little bit. And yeah, it's a little... I don't know. The little absolute... Where did that go? You know, normally there's an absolute local thing there. It just disappeared. Sorry, just save this for a sec. And just leave and come back. What about the middle between them, says Mark. I'm not sure what you mean by the middle between them. That's the thing. I always see the messages. There is a lag, and then I end up. Then there's both the lag in the stream, but a lag in my brain, and I always end up seeing the comments sometimes late, and then I lose the context. What I wanted to do. It's gone. I don't have. There. Okay, that's what I meant. Maybe I was just going crazy. I don't know. Oh, maybe because I didn't have a part selected. That would be typically of my dumb brain. Just want to have it so it's not clipping out of the solar panel. That's what I'm really thinking about. And then we'll take this Communitron. And we'll stick it there. It's a little jammed up, but I think it works. So we got the mystery goo on this side and the other science on that side. Oh, I think I got good enough. There's not high electricity gain, so I think where the solar panels are is okay. You mean up here with the solar panels? Yeah, I could put up here between the two pods. Yeah, I kind of like it all jammed together down there, though. That's just me. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of Bob Rossing on this. Because the sort of Kerbal, I think the red needs to be like white, white, white. I think there's an absolute white that I was using that matches this white. Yeah, so those two whites are the same. I think I'll do the same thing with those green doors. Make them absolute white. And then probably for all that blue, just make it... What if I did do brass? Look how nice and shiny that is. Or maybe I should make it green, considering that's what everything... That's too much green. Bronze. Oh. That actually looks really good. I like the brass. I'm going to go with that. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Let's get our crew aboard. Now, Valentina went last time. So we're going to put... our other pilot, which is Deluxe, who did land on the moon, but you know, that's what it is. And we're going to put on our scientist Bob the scientist. And you know what, let's stick along an engineer. Our lowest experienced engineer here is Max, so Max H is going to go on as our engineer, and that's going to be it. We're not going to pick anybody up along the way. We're going to go straight to Minmus, get in orbit, come home. That's our plan. Now, in the cargo section, I do want to use the... Is it under cargo? The EVA repair kit. What am I looking for? I'm looking for... There it is, the EVA experiments kit. I'm going to stick that into here. And that is that. We did knock off, I still think it's less than 100 meters per second of DV, but I think it's all okay. What are our TWRs like? I need to get a little bit more on this. We can't, because that's as much as she's got, Cap. Okay. How about our... That's as much as those give. Okay. So all of our thrust limiters are all at 100, so... Okay, can't do anything about that. Alright. But I'm thinking I'm going to go for it. Don't forget the science kits. Yeah, I got that. See the lag? Okay. I think I'm good. I do think I'm good. I think I'm going to save this, and we're going to launch. And we're going to go to Minmus. And this time I'm going to launch... A nice thing for this stream. Launched into an equatorial orbit because I wanted to do that rescue. This time I'm going to launch into the same plane as Minmus's orbit. Why does the science experiment kit look like a med kit? I don't know. Lazy texturing. That's all I've got to say. So what we're going to do is we're going to select Minmus as a target. And this saves on the correction burn quite a lot. You got to center it on Kerbal. Okay, we can do this two different ways. This is going to be great. Okay. I just noticed I got all the Kerbal engineer stuff too, so we'll do it two different. So what you want to do, is you want to scroll out, until the moon and put the moon's orbit on edge. And then scroll out and put Minmus's orbit on edge. So that they're both on edge. Which is a little tricky to do, but there, it's pretty close there. You want to make sure Kerbal is the target here. And basically, where these two orbits cross, that's where you need to launch. And I need to launch towards the north, and I need to launch 6 degrees because I do know that Minmus is in a 6-degree inclined orbit. So I could time warp until I'm right here, and then launch 6 degrees towards the north of 90 degrees, and that will put me into an orbit that matches Minmus's plane. But I do have Kerbal Engineer installed. And if I open up this HUD and go over to the Rendezvous tab, I think it's under here, and I look for time to relative ascending and time to relative descending nodes. Because, oh, I put an extra one in there, shoot. Let's take one of those out. Remove that. Okay. Because where these two orbits cross is the relative ascending and descending nodes. And here, for instance, I have the time to said node. And the one I'm looking at, I think it's the ascending node. Let's just make sure. So if I time warp, so all I have to do is wait for this time to get down to 0. Yeah, it's definitely the ascending node one that I'm looking at. And that's going to be right where these two orbits cross. So I'm using Kerbal Engineer to kind of help me out here. Now, to be honest, it takes me a few minutes to get to orbit. So I'm going to launch, I don't know, maybe about a minute and a half ahead. Well, you see how that's working? Now, as fortunately everything rotates, things move around. Just to show you that the two are the same, I'll line this back up again. Here we go. So again, I'm looking at this time to relative ascending node. And when that is about, I'd say about a minute and a half left, that's when I know to launch. Pretty neat. Yeah, it's feeling right. The other number is like some crazy negative number. It's very confused. Okay. So I'm going to just get out of here. And I got to also think, I want to launch towards the north. 90 degrees to the north is subtracting 6 degrees. So 90 minus 6 is 84 degrees. I'll go 83 degrees. You always want to go a little bit more. So again, I'm looking at this time here, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 something. That's good. Doom, 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 and here, go. And we're off. We're off, we're off, we're off. So I want to go to a heading of about 83 degrees. I'll wait till this gets a little bit more speed. Last time I was a little slow pitching over. This time I'm going to be a little quicker. Go. We're going to knock it over this way, and again, heading of about 83. We'll tweak it as we go up. We'll see how we do. Okay, lock that to prograde. It's 80 degrees, so it's got to come a little bit more towards the south. About to lose those SRBs. 81. There we go. More northwards. Or a little bit more southwards, actually. It's up on the nav ball, which confuses me. Went a little too far that way. Okay, reduce throttle, because our apoapsis is starting to get away on us. Don't want that. And you can just correct as you go up, keeping this around 80, 83-ish. I gotta come this way. And the other thing you can look at, if you go to the advanced one, you can see your inclination. So you can see it increasing. When that gets to 6 degrees, you just want to lock onto the orbital prograde vector. Not yet. Put it back on surface. Might actually even take it off the lock to prograde. I need to pull it a little more this way. Plus throttle. I do want to keep a look at my time to apoapsis, make sure that doesn't get away on me. Oh, whoa, I gotta cut my... Almost at apoapsis, my target apoapsis of 80 kilometers. So I'm gonna have to cut it anyway. And then we'll look at my inclination and see how I did. Oh, I should also lose the fairing. That is G, as I recall. Yep. Okay. Let my inclination come out. 5.9 degrees. That's all right. Okay, we're almost there. Spending a little bit too much time watching my inclination, so I just need to get ready to circularize here. I just noticed something. Why is one of these empty? Is one of those motors not working? No, they're all working. Okay, I'm good. Weird. Oh, there, now it's back. Okay. Don't know what that was. More throttle. Oh, put this back on orbit. Orbit. Started that burn a smidge late, I think. And we are beginning to go down, but we're almost there. Too much talking and not enough paying attention to what I'm doing. Alright, we're good. We're good, we're good. What was my final inclination here? 6.3, so... Eh. Eh. Alright, but you can see here how the plane of that orbit's pretty close, the blue one, into being in the same plane as the yellow. So now I should be able to just transfer out here to Minmus. There it is. Or maneuver. There we go. Oops. You can see I'm coming a little bit above, so a little more prograde, but you can see actually, we'll go for a polar orbit. This is actually okay. We'll go for a polar orbit so we can get all the biomes. So I'm going to kind of take advantage of this that I'm missing by a little bit. All right, happy with that. We'll do a tiny correction to bring that down into a low orbit, but as long as I'm not hearing bangs back with that was back, I'm assuming, when that was being funny. I don't know, that was kind of weird. Okay, we can do a little bit of science here. Now, first of all, I can conduct a material study, but there's probably not my 0.1 science. There might not even be enough in the goo to even be worth my time. Oh, 0.7 science in the goo. I don't know how that happened. But, Bob, if I take away Bob's parachute and give him... Where? Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought I lost it there for a second. The EVA experiment kit. Bob now. This is honestly one of the my favorite experiments that they added to this game. Turn around here. We can face the sun so we can see what we're doing here, Bob. We can do some perform EVA science. So we'll do that. We'll pull out his wing nut. Oh, RCS off. Ah, next time I'll take the RCS off. It's more fun with the RCS off. So a little bit of a demonstration of the intermediate axis theorem as that wing nut goes flipping back and forth. Watch it flip. It's nice. Yes, it sure is. Okay, so that's a little bit of science there. Let's collect that other science we got. So we can do that near space and high space. Collect that, restore that, and we got a bit of goo science over here. Okay. And we can put our lights on, for goodness sakes. I don't know why our brakes are on either. Okay. Yeah. Ready to go, I think. Okay. 3. Why does it flip? It has... Yeah, that's a great physics question, and there's good videos out there. But if you flip an object... That's an excellent question. Is it Markua? That's an excellent question, and I'm going to pause for just a moment and kind of talk about it because it's such a good question. If you spin an object that is not symmetrical along its 3 axes, and by that I mean, like, if you imagine the X and the Y and the Z axis, that those dimensions of the object are different. So a perfect example is your cell phone. Right, a cell phone is longer along, you know, the dimensions along each of the 3 axes is different. It's very thin along the Z-axis. I'm going to call that the Z-axis. We call the length of the phone the Y-axis. It's long that way, and then it's shorter across the width. And if you spin that object along the intermediate axis, so that's not the shortest axis of rotation and not the longest axis of rotation, but the one in the middle, it will have a tendency to want to flip between axes. It's not stable. If you flip it along the short axis, conservation of momentum will keep it on the short axis, because if it changes axes, the momentum, the angular momentum changes. But if you do it along the and the same thing with the long axis, but if you do it along the middle axis, it will flip back and forth between the other 2 axes. And you can demonstrate this to yourself by taking your cell phone and carefully kind of tossing it in the air and spinning it. I'm doing it in my hand, but you can't even see it. And it will flip on you. It will not, it has a tendency to come down along a different orientation than when you tossed it. You can practice it, do it over something that your cell phone won't break if you drop it. But anyway, there you go. Intermediate. And there's lots of good videos out there to explain it much better. Some people call it the tennis rackets theorem, because if you toss a tennis racket, it does that. So if you have a tennis racket available, I guess that's safer than tossing your cell phone. Remote control to your TV works. It's another one. A hammer works. Lots of objects that have different axes of symmetries. Practice with your cell phone. Though if you break your cell phone, it ain't my fault. That's all I'm going to say. All right, we're on our way to Minmus now. Okay, I cannot see my time. 20 seconds to go. A closed pack of playing cards. Very good suggestion, Nathan. Yes. You're getting an idea of the kind of shapes we're talking about, though, I think. All right, we are on our way. You know what I'll try and remember to do is there's a video I have in my head, and I cannot think of right now of the creator's name of that video, but I know if I did a little bit of searching, I could find it again, that just did an excellent explanation on why it works, and I'll try and dig that up and then put a link down there in the description. So if you're watching this at a later date, that link might be there already, but obviously I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, we got about 30 seconds left in this burn. And then I'm pretty sure next week it's going to be a space station. I love space stations. They're like, oh, I bet you it was unlocking docking ports that brought those. I was wondering, what is it? What's the tech that allows you to do space stations? And I bet you it was unlocking the docking ports. That's what brought them in. Okay. Let's finish this off. And boop. Good, good, good. And again, we do want to get a nice near orbit so we can get that lovely near space stuff. So I'm going to bring this down. For those people that are watching this series, I've seen previous videos of this series. I did the same thing in the moon. My first orbit of the moon was a polar one for exactly this reason. So we're going to come a little bit like this. And let's see if I do the other way. I always get never quite sure whether it's I'm clicking on the radial or whether it's prograde oh, that's what makes a bigger difference. There we go. A little bit retrograde. And just kind of eyeballing what's polar here. That looks good to me. Doesn't have to be super precise anyway. All right. So we got a 1.4 meter per second correction burn. Like I said, it is nothing. We'll turn the thrust limiter way down to give that a little bit of time. And we will also orient ourselves for the solar panels. And we'll wait till we're in over 250 kilometers for the high space business too. We've got some more science to collect. Extend that antenna. Okay, here we go. More science. Half a point of science there. What about the mystery goo? 1 science. Wow. A little bit surprised there's as much as there is. Okay, again, Bob. And this time, here's the fun part, what you can do with Bob. Before we do that little spinning of the wing nut trick, we'll take RCS and we'll turn that off. So he puts his EVA pack away, and then we'll do the same thing. Form a little EVA science. Yes, conservation of momentum is a thing in Kerbal Space Program. Okay. What's that? 11.3 science. Nice. And we'll leave that debris. It isn't really debris. Like, it disappears. So you don't have to worry about cleaning up your nuts. We can leave that space debris up there. Let's see. Collect science. Restore. Board. I'm just noticing. Oh no, the light's on in the top one too. Why? You don't get lights on the hatch. Whatever. Okay, bye, Kerbal. We'll see ya. I told you we'd be coming back to Minmus. Okay, so, whoa, that's weird. That changed. I'm not crazy. That changed. So we'll have to retweak this a little bit. Okay. Put that onto the maneuver node, or the marker there. We just passed it, but that doesn't matter. Just want to get this nice and low. Beautiful. Happy, happy, happy with that. Okay, a little bit of tweaking just for solar panel purposes again. That should be good. And let's get ourselves to Minmus. So Minmus is over here. Am I warping on the right side? I am. Okay. Warp. That's the moon whipping around. There comes Minmus. Here comes Minmus. Yeah. Oh, you think, oh, that tabby cat. You're probably right. When I got in and out of the vessel, that probably changed the trajectory. Very good. You are probably correct there. Okay. Meanwhile, we got now in Minmus's SOI again, but this time with all of our scientific equipment. So this is gonna... Still disappointed by the numbers there. That 30% science. 6 science from the temperature scan. We got a barometer. 9 science from that. We have, of course, our EVA report. Oh, we already did an EVA report, of course. We were just here doing that, but we do have the Perform EVA Science, which, of course, is now getting pretty old hat. Okay, 18.8 science. Love us more and more science. Oh, wait, reset this stuff, Bob. You're not done out here just yet. Also have, I'm gonna be careful not to hit that antenna. That might not have been smart putting all that so close together. Take the temperature and the barometer. Okay. Board. All right, so now is this still good here? Yeah, that's still good. What is our inclination? I was eyeballing it. 88.5 degrees is definitely close enough to 90. So we have 654 meters per second. I mean, I think it's like 180 for the capture around Minmus. Whoops, I overdid that. Yep. And then it'll be the same for to head home, so got mountains and mountains of fuel. Oops, a little too much. Somewhere around there. Okay. 158 meters per second. What am I gonna do? Again, I have this amazing temptation to quick save before every time warp, but that's what I gotta do. I gotta put the stress limiter back up. So it's a sane length of burn time. Okay. Right, get that on retrograde. Could be doing science right now too, but now that we're in a polar orbit, we got all the time in the world to collect all the science that we want. That's not going to be an issue. Might start, it's only a 15-second burn, so I might start the burn a little early and just not go to full throttle. And also open up our little X science win. There's all the science we can do. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, let's go. Let's go to about 80%, I think. Ooh, the flame looks funny. Look at the flame. I got weird things happening. Everybody see that? That is weird. All right. 10 by 10 are darn close enough. Close. Oh. Why can't I get rid of my maneuver node? I have a signal. I got weird things happening. I don't like it. There, now that I don't know why it wasn't letting me. Okay, let's just do our science. So temperature scan for 9.6, atmospheric pressure scan 14.4, mystery goo 12, material study 30. That's nice. Okay, Bob, get on out there. Are we over a new biome? No, we're over the Midlands. So not a new biome. But again, we can do the EVA experiment. See if it behaves any differently in low orbit about Minmus. Nope, still the same. 30. It's not biome specific, so but 30 science is nothing to scoff at. And we'll go in here and we'll collect all this other stuff. From the barometer, thermometer, and the goo's on the other side here. Store that. Okay. And now, the only thing that's... Whoops, get in there. Come on, Bob. There we go. The only thing we have left to do now is collects EVA reports. They're the only ones that are biome specific. But since we are in a polar orbit, we're going to be passing over every single biome as we go around in our orbit. So we're going to spend a little bit of time up here collecting EVA reports, and then we're going to head ourselves back home. But I am looking at the time of the stream, and I'm thinking this might be a nice calm place for us to put that one on hold. So next week what we'll do is we'll start off by bringing these folks back home and seeing how much science that gets us, and then we'll take a look at what kind of space station we can build for ourselves with that. But all of that is going to have to be for next week. So thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you everybody watching this at a later date. And as always, an extra special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who help to support this channel. I will be streaming a different game on Thursday. I'm going to be playing another survival game, this time not Project Zomboid, but Icarus, one set in space. Hopefully that'll be a lot of fun, but that'll be for Thursday. KSP next week on Tuesday. In the meantime, have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all later. Bye, everybody.